and welcome to Sports Biz episode number 2 with Frivolity, Fun and Pheromones with Mr. Martin Winnell and myself, John Briggs, the only podcast you'll ever need in your life. What's happening, Martin?
Well, what's happening in the world of sport, John? We can definitely come up with a couple of little tidbits that are out there. We've got a little bit of cricket, a little bit of rugby union, a little bit of motor racing.
We do.
There's all sorts of stuff, either finishing or starting. Some tennis.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's else been going on in the world?
Well, look, I mean, on our criteria this evening, we've got a bit of darts as well. Those fine-tuned athletes that they are.
Yes.
We've mentioned tennis. We've mentioned Formula One. We're going to go back and go into a tiny bit more detail for the viewers who listened to the last podcast, and they actually said, I'm taking this feedback on the chin, that they needed more information on the cheese rolling.
So you're taking the cheese on the chin.
Absolutely.
Love it.
So
let's cheese it.
Cheesy. So, yes, we're going to go back and give you a little bit more detail on that as well. Absurd sporting moments in the history of the sporting world.
Well, there's always been a couple of them.
That's right.
But I tell you what, John, I'm going to kick this one off.
With what?
I'm going to kick this one off because what's happened since the last time we spoke? The 2-day test.
Indeed.
The 2-day Ashes test, and there's only one way to start a conversation about that test match.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, I'm going to have to say...
We're going to open a beer.
We are, aren't we?
Because what else do you do to celebrate a 2-day win to start the Ashes than a Bolton hazy pale ale? That's what we're on today.
Well, look, do you know, the Barmy Army apparently were interviewed, and they said, I mean, I don't agree, because I've been here for 30 years, and I quite like the beer here, but the Barmy Army said that the beer over here is ruined.
Oh.
Yes, it's ruined.
Is it really?
Well,
ruined like an English cricket team.
Well, I looked at the spelling of ruin, but if you swap the R and the U around, what do you get?
I don't know.
Have a look.
Oh. Urine.
So it brings up a whole new connotation of getting on the piss.
Oh, I guess it does. Well, cheers to that.
Cheers indeed, yes.
My good man.
Anyway, I thought I'd get that.
But for all of our listeners that are going to have a bit of a giggle at the 2-day test, what you've noticed is that's a cold art of deflection.
Right.
Because I don't think John really wants to discuss too many of the finer details of where that first Ashes test landed.
Well, you're sort of right. It was going to be a podcast. It is now obviously a podcast.
Yes.
Thing is, Josh was hamstrung. Woody was hamstrung. And England were ham mud.
Well and truly, that is...
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's not good.
I just can't believe it.
That Travis...
D.
Travis
D.
Yeah, that innings, that's one of the crackers. That is up there with Gilchrist, with Stokes. At Headingley. It was a hell of an innings in that.
Well, we were watching.
Yes, we were
last week as we did the podcast, and
cheers to Travis then.
Bloody hell!
Absolutely.
Well, look, yes, it was a superb innings. It was a controlled, aggressive innings. I will say though that the English bowling was embarrassingly bad, and well, I mean, if you're going to bowl half trackers to somebody who's really good on the back foot, waiting for the ball to come to him so he can either cut, pull, ramp, do whatever he likes.
On a pitch that loves square shots.
Absolutely. Why would you do it?
Don't know. More to the point, why would you bowl like that? And then why would you bat the exact opposite? No square shots, and you guys tried to drive everything.
I know. On the up.
Yes.
Crawley in particular.
On the up.
I mean...
That's the Australian cricket team right now.
Well, yes, actually, you can't disagree with that. I mean, it was more like sad ball than Baz ball. Talking about Crawley, he got out for a pair. He should have grown a pair. He's been dismissed 41% of times for less than double figures in his whole test career. Can you believe that?
That's not a great stat.
It's terrible.
That's painful.
And we were 100 ahead with
Yes.
9 wickets left. All we had
Yes.
to do was bat longer, make the ball softer, run
Yes.
the so-called old legs of the Aussies out a little bit more. They only had Stark and Boland. Green couldn't bowl properly. Lyon couldn't
Yes, I came across a little tidbit almost exactly on this.
bowl. Yeah.
Where the comment was from that point you've just described, from that moment, they came out after lunch.
Yep.
And England were 60 minutes of controlled batting away from winning the test.
Yep. That's right. There you go.
That's all that. They were 60 minutes away from having it done.
And of course, Head would have batted completely differently.
If he'd been chasing 260, 270,
Absolutely right.
not 200.
Exactly.
Yes,
a lot
absolutely.
more circumspect and all the rest of it. But then, look, our bowling was abysmal. I mean, it looked like Mark Wood was made of fettuccine. They all thought he was going faster. Not faster. Anyway,
well, there's an attempt, like the English attempted to play cricket. There's an attempt at humour. It's fallen just a tiny bit short.
We needed to give Isha something to gush about.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So, John, there's been a slamming of baseball since this moment. And I took a look at it this week.
Yes.
I thought I would look into the baseball
Yeah.
and try and work out, has it actually been as bad as what everyone is saying it is? Because every time you guys lose a test match, everybody throws their hands up in the air and says baseball's terrible.
Right, and what did you deduce from all of this?
Well, I've just come up with a couple of little results of the English cricket team playing baseball. Now, all of these test results are a minimum of 3 tests in the series.
Yeah.
Those little dinky Zimbabwe 2-test series that they probably don't really count.
Yeah.
So here's what they've done with Brendan McCullum running the baseball ship.
Yeah.
Home against India, 2-2.
Yeah.
Away against New Zealand, 2-1.
Yeah.
Away against Pakistan, 1-2. So you lost that one.
Mm-hmm.
Home to Sri Lanka, 2-1. Home to the West Indies, 3-0.
Yeah.
Away to India, 1-4. So you lost that one. Home to Australia, 2-2. Away to Pakistan, 3-0. Home to South Africa, 2-1.
Yeah.
Home to India, 2-2.
Yeah.
And home to New Zealand, 3-0.
Yeah. So, it's
So in
reasonable.
all of your series, you've actually only lost 2.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad. However, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 series for 6 wins.
Yeah.
So it's still only about a 50% or 60% success rate in winning series.
Yeah.
But before McCullum came along, you were going at 37%.
Absolutely. So he's improved it.
Yeah, it's really hard to just bag it and go, there's nothing good about it.
Yeah.
It just lets you down when there's no brain with the bag.
Well, this isn't just that. Australia, I hate to say this, they're certainly the best bowling team in the world, for sure. The batting, maybe not.
Yeah,
but the bowlers,
that's fair, right?
The bowlers are A1, they're excellent.
Well, we've got the dog, we've got the lion, we've got the man in the pub, we've got a courageous captain.
The dog stole your nickname.
He did.
You are the dog.
Yes, well.
So, anyway, that's besides the point right now. So, yeah, they're very, very good. So the thing is, when you're playing against excellent, the best in the world, in their backyard, then it makes it a lot more difficult with the home crowd and all the rest of it. So I don't quite understand the methodology. I get the thinking of, yes, we're going to take the fight to them, and yes, we're going to ram it down the throat, and blah, 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 blah. But not when you need to run the opposition into the ground, grind them into the dirt, make them stay out there longer. They've got aging legs. They've got injured players. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. It just defies logic and common sense.
Well, there's a wonderful old Australian saying,
which is,
you screwed the pooch.
Who's the pooch?
And that's just what you did. You screwed the pooch. You had it in your hand. You're ready to go.
Oh, I haven't heard that one before.
Yep, and that's what England
I've
did.
heard of Fair Dinkum, mate.
No.
And Dinky Die.
No, screwed the pooch, buddy. That's what England did. And
Duncan
now they've got to roll into a pink ball test in Australia that according to the statistics, we just don't lose.
Not yet, but it doesn't mean you won't.
Well,
However,
here's a problem. Here's a bit of a problem. We all know what's great about pink ball Test cricket in Australia.
right.
Mitchell Starc.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is a genius with that ball.
Yes, he is.
Here's something I didn't know until I took a look at it this week.
Right.
There's a strong, strong possibility that Captain Courageous will be back in.
Yes.
And he has, in his pink Test career, 43 wickets at an average of 16. Just in that. And that's
really
alongside Mitchell Starc.
Yeah, and then you got Boland, who is also
he
averaging
can
about 16 in Australia
Yeah,
as well.
so, but yeah, all of a sudden, if we can get Cummins back in for that pink Test,
Could be all over in a day and a half.
it could be a mess.
Might be a one-dayer.
Might be a one-dayer.
I hope not, because I'm supposed to be going there with my two sons on the 4th day. You don't think so, do you?
I think you're going to Bribey Island, mate. I think you might be sitting at the Bribey Hotel, listening to some Australian pub music. I think that's what you're destined to.
No way.
So it'll be good fun.
What, Jimmy Barnes?
Oh, probably.
K-San.
Yes, probably.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Men at Work. Land Down Under.
We don't have to work very hard to beat the English, mate.
Was that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but not in this country, do we? We're in England in this test. We don't have to work.
No, you bloody gold blackers.
And they stole the flute.
Anyway, right. Well, look. I'd love to talk about cricket for the rest of the time we're here, but we've got a few other things to cover. And I thought, well, let's bring in one of those British classics, which is also played in Australia quite a lot, actually. Most homes, I would say, have a dart board. But in Britain, it is a pub game. Every pub has a dart board.
Sounds about right.
And they've, in let's say, I think the last 50 years, it's become a certainly a championship game, an international game for these fine athletes weighing about 120 kgs of pure blubber and beer to compete with each other, throwing this, what is it, a 4-inch arrow or dart at a board.
A mini spear.
In a mini spear, that's right, exactly,
So,
yes.
is it a prerequisite in this sport to balance your throw
there's a lot of technique.
with a durry in the other hand?
Not allowed to do that on TV anymore, but yes, they can't even do it in the pub anymore because it's been banned. Smoking's been banned.
But surely you bring it back for darts.
No, they don't. No, they
well,
don't.
how do they balance the throw with no durry in the other hand?
Well, they're doing weight training now. On that left leg, they're doing lunges and squats.
Oh, just the one leg.
Build up the quad.
Just the one leg.
That's right.
Excellent
exactly.
work.
You didn't know that?
No,
Anyway.
I didn't realise. But as all good darts players would know, minimal amount of training for maximal effort. Don't train both sides.
Do yourself a favour. Well, I'm going to talk about the
What are you, Molly?
The current world champion.
Are we calling you Molly for the rest of today?
No.
Molly Meldrum, do yourself a favour.
I've never heard of that expression before. 'Cause I never watched Molly. Anyway, I know he fell off a ladder, and that was about all.
Oh, that was a shame.
It was sad, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a bit of a mess.
Look up Luke Littler. He's not very little.
All right, let's go.
He's 18. He looks like he's 46. He turned professional at 16. He won the World Championship last year. He's world's number 1. This week, he won another big tournament, beating a chap called Nathan Aspinall, a household name at that, in the final with his 6th major title this year. It's unbelievable.
When you say, how old is he?
He's 18.
So when you say he wins big tournaments, is that because he's in them? Because the dude looks 47.
I just said he looks 46.
Well, you're almost right. There you go. I missed that.
Listening,
I wasn't listening. No, to be fair, John, I drifted a little bit there. You're talking about darts. It's not my world.
It's on record, so you can't even say that. You didn't say that. That's hysterical. Yes, he looks 46, yeah. And he's 18, and he's only just turned 18 at that. He's already a multi-millionaire. And yeah, he's quite amazing, really. And he'll be breaking, well, he already is breaking records all over the place.
He's earning £2 million a season.
Yeah, easy. And
what's he spending it on? Meat pies and beer.
On new girlfriends, I think.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, he's in that 180.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you reckon he's got a pie shirt?
And a double at the end.
Does he have the English pie shirt?
But who ate all
Who
the
ate
pies?
all- yes.
Yeah. No, he needs to.
Yes. No, it's an obvious
Yeah,
answer,
well, that's
isn't it?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, for those viewers who haven't watched the darts, it's a very entertaining night, or in this case, it mainly are evenings where they participate in these events. But they have all the lovely girls there. It's a bit like the World Wrestling thing, with the crowd having things that they hold up and sayings that they hold up for the players and all this kind of stuff. And they dress up in weird outfits, a bit like the Barmy Army, actually.
I tell you what we'll do.
Yeah.
Next week,
Right.
before we get back together,
I
let's
didn't realise we'd broken up.
find... Well, you upset me. Let's find some short clips of some of the best quality dance competitions, and we'll share them out and get people watching them.
Yeah,
to get a bit of dart-tainment.
Look, a dart-tainment, I like it. Yeah. So it really is like a mixture of the American wrestling, the Barmy Army with the crowd getting dressed up for the night, and lots of attractive-looking ladies making an entrance for these athletes to walk through.
Okay. Going to retract there a little bit.
Yes.
You said getting dressed up for the night.
Yes.
Now, we're going to an auditorium
Right.
to watch darts.
Yeah.
When you say getting dressed up, because you're speaking English...
Fancy dress.
Oh, so not tuxedos,
No.
morning suits.
Correct.
So fancy dress...
Like
give me a...
The Flintstones, for example, or Scooby-Doo.
So we dress as the Flintstones to watch people throw darts?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you English people?
Well, we do have this thing called cheese rolling, which we talked about
Well,
earlier,
this is a good point. You're getting big cheese rolling.
Next week we'll be talking about something called bog snorkeling.
Is it? Do we roll? Do we roll Luke Littler?
Well, yes.
Is that made up? Just quietly,
No,
is that surname made up?
It's a classic, isn't it? So anyway, you had something to say about the Formula One, I believe.
Ah, well, speaking of the English.
I went, and I watched the ending. I was celebrating that
Yes.
because he finished second, didn't he? Lando Norris.
Yes. So, and Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
First and second in the championship.
Yeah.
First and fourth. Second and fourth in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So, all looking pretty good for Lando at that moment.
Yeah, because Verstappen's still miles behind.
He's a bit behind, but he's closing in at least on Oscar Piastri.
But he won in Vegas.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yes. And then we had a moment. We had a steward's moment. And there was an inquiry about the McLaren team, who are the team for Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, and that they had breached the rules.
This is a number of hours after the podium champagne.
Oh, no, the podium champagnes, the photos, all of that, done.
The Lego lap of honour.
Yes.
In the Lego car.
So let's briefly touch on the Las Vegas Grand Prix. We won't spend too long on this. It is everything grandiose, stereotypic, Americana that you could possibly hope for, wrapped up in one motor race and one celebration afterwards. And it's done in the most Americana location in Las Vegas, and they don't disappoint, but they have a great time doing it, so that's fair.
With Mickey Mouse at the end conducting a firework display.
Yep, well, that sounds about right. Well, didn't he do that in Fantasia?
I think so.
That's where it comes. You see, they go back to their... Yep, go back. It's all synergy, John.
It is.
It's synergy.
And rhythm.
But here we go. Bear with me, listeners. This is a brief technical rundown.
Okay.
The McLaren team was disqualified a few hours after the race. This means that Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri got no points.
So Oscar Piastri is Australian.
Yes, Lando Norris is English.
Yeah.
First and second in the Drivers' Championships, 0 points for the race.
Yeah.
So where this leaves us, we had Max Verstappen first.
Yeah.
George Russell second, Kimi Antonelli third.
Yeah.
George Russell, another Brit.
Indeed.
So they're going strong. All of a sudden, instead of Lando Norris going, we're going to win, he's now on 390 points. Piastri's in second on 366.
Yeah.
And Max Verstappen is equal second.
On how many points behind?
366.
How many points behind Norris?
24 points behind Norris. There's 2 races left.
Yeah.
Qatar this weekend and then Abu Dhabi.
Right.
There's 58 points up for grabs.
Yeah. Well,
crazy stuff. So
Norris,
what did McLaren do?
Yeah.
What did they do? They broke I'll say breach because that's what the Formula One say.
Yes.
They breached Article 3.5.9E.
Right. Well then.
And that means their skid block thickness was too thin.
That sounds like something you have after a curry.
Yes. Now, I wasn't quite sure the details of skid block thickness. So, you may not know this, but I have in my corner a Formula One expert who I went to address.
I was about to ask you that. Do you actually have you really have
I do.
A Formula One expert
yes,
in your corner?
I have one in my corner,
way.
and I went to have a chat to her. Her name, Jasmine Wong.
Right.
And I had a chat to Jasmine. And, very true. And I said to Jasmine, I asked her, what was this inquiry about, and what did McLaren do? Now, Jasmine's a very smart girl.
Yes.
Loves her Formula One, so she went through the inquiry. She went through the results. She went through the adjudication. She went through McLaren's responses.
Right.
Fine-tooth combed it from top to bottom, bottom to top.
Yeah.
She did the whole lot. And I said, can you summarise it in 3 or 4 words for me? She said, yes. They just biffed it.
Biffed it?
They biffed it. That's all they did.
Is that an F1 terminology?
That's informed terminology for it. They biffed it. The silly people.
Right.
So, in a nutshell, for our listeners, the skid block thickness, it has to be 9 mil.
Right.
And that's how far the car is above the ground.
Yeah.
They were less.
Do you know how much less?
No, didn't state the exact figure. They just said they came in under, which meant their cars were lower.
Yeah.
Which meant on a slippery surface, which Las Vegas is, it creates more downforce, more grip, more manoeuvrability, and that's what they did wrong. Right. They had their cars a little bit too low by a couple of mil.
Yeah, well, I was ready to
Biffed
cheer
it, John.
English. I was cheering the English flag and going Lando Norris. Yes, here we go. The poor old little Oscar Piastri. No title for you this year. Well, it still probably can't for him, but Verstappen can.
I think Oscar's. There's only 2 races left. Well, I mean, he could if
Norris and
Verstappen fought
both times.
Yeah. I think it's what's known in football terms as a mathematical chance.
Indeed.
Which means not really.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, unless it's a Bradbury, of course.
Oh,
how many times is that going to ever happen again in the whole world of sport?
Well, to be fair, in motorsport, surprisingly regularly.
Okay. Well,
how many people crash on the last lap? In motorsport.
Do you get all of them, though?
Well, you may not come from last to first. That's fair.
That's what I mean.
That's fair. Oh, okay. Well, Stephen. He did well, Stephen Bradbury.
When he's the last man
Speaking of this, yes, we've got the Winter Olympics coming up in a couple of months in Turin, in Italy.
Yes.
We'll have to do a couple of specials on that. Get some people in that know more than us.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
And a couple of downhill skiers in particular, one female one who will leave you in suspense for that one. And who might that be?
Would love to get her in for an interview.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Yep.
But,
we'll have to see how we go with that.
We'll just have a bit of a laugh.
Absolutely.
So, okay, right. What else do we have? Tennis.
Tennis?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose it's summer. It's the summer of tennis.
Well, it's the end of the season, really. The Davis Cup.
Sorry, if I was to make a joke about the summer of George,
what?
Would you get that?
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, we won't make the Summer of George joke for all you Seinfeld fans out there, but we'll go with Summer of Tennis.
Yeah, no, I don't do the no suit today thing. I'm afraid it's been on repeat for 30 years over here, and quite frankly, it's really boring. So anyway, so tennis, Davis Cup. Italy won its 3rd consecutive Davis Cup in Bologna, home of the Bolognese, in the front of their home crowd.
It's not Bologna?
Something like that. No, in Bologna.
So hang on.
No, that's how they pronounce it. So just like you, hang on a second. Wait. Just like you in Fremantle and Fremantle, the people who live there say Fremantle.
Yes, of course.
So therefore, it really is Fremantle.
Makes sense.
So just like this, they say Bologna. Bologna.
Well, you've got to agree with that.
Indeed. So, anyway, but I've already done the pass to punt, so I can't do that.
You can't run that one again.
However, what do Indians get for telling bad jokes? The Punjab.
Well, that was a bad joke. I'm not sure how much to laugh at for that,
yes,
but that's pretty good.
So anyway...
So talk me through, John.
Yes.
Talk me through how Italy have become a tennis powerhouse. Or not just a good nation, a powerhouse of the world.
Well, do you know what? They always have had fantastic players throughout the history of tennis. It's just that as a team, they seem to put it together better. A little bit like the French do in tennis as well. The French have had some amazing players.
Okay.
It's insane. But they rarely translate that into winning Grand Slam tournaments. They play better as a team. So it's not like Berrettini, who is, I believe he's top 10, he might not be anymore, maybe top 14 in the world. He led them to success in this. And the Davis Cup it's like a bit like the Ryder Cup in golf.
Okay.
Some of those players may not be brilliant on the tour on their own, but put them in the team and they play a million times better.
They're better in the team.
Yeah.
So answer me this, John. Did they doctor the court surface at all in order to benefit their players?
Funny you should say that, because I only brought that up with someone else earlier this week.
A bit like a cricket pitch.
Yeah, that's what the similarity was made.
Yeah.
You can't with tennis courts. You can't. However, you can be more favourable in some surfaces that you prefer yourself. For example, the Europeans love playing on clay. But in the men's singles in the world at the moment, Alcaraz, Carlos, my man, my favourite player of current times, finished world number one, and his arch enemy and rival, I should say, Yannick Sinner, by name and nature.
Italian?
Yes.
Very common Italian name.
Yeah.
Over in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge number of Sinners.
He finished number 2 in the world. Oh, no.
It's okay. That was my Sinner joke. Thank you.
There we go.
Sinner joke in Rome.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I wish I'd laughed harder.
Anyway, so let me just do it one more time.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. So they're all gearing themselves up for the Grand Slam season starting next year.
Okay.
In Australia, in Melbourne, of course. And again, it's going to be a take your pick between Sinner and Alcaraz, because the world's number 3, would you believe, is still Novak, the Joker, Djokovic. No one else, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including Australia's The Demon, or...
Oh, yes. He's still top 10?
Well, he
still
is, but his girlfriend has the same name as the beer that we're drinking, spelled differently.
Hazy?
Bolter.
Oh.
Katie.
What's a Katie Bolter?
That's his girlfriend.
Does she play...
She does play tennis.
Tennis? That's not surprising. Who's she... What country?
She's English.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's Britain's number 2.
Who's Britain's number 1? Who's better than Bolter?
I can't remember her name now. What's her name? It'll come back to me.
Okay.
She won the US Open about 3 years ago, at age 17. Pretty girl, long dark hair. Raducanu. Emma Raducanu.
Yes.
Indeed. So, yes. Anyway, so there you go. There's Kate Bolton. And the poor demon can't get higher than number 5 in the world, and he probably won't. In my humble opinion.
I think that's the highest. Well, the thing is, how does the demon get higher than 5 when the Sinner is number 2?
Very clever.
It's not going to happen.
Is it? No. But interestingly enough, Sinner, you Wally, Sinner is probably better. Talk about the differences in courts. Sinner is probably better on the hard courts, which are in Australia and the US.
Yep.
Alcaraz is probably better on grass and clay.
So your Wimbledons and your
French Open.
Yeah,
and more Alcaraz.
Your Davis Cups. Whilst they're...
Well, so happens.
Yes.
But Sinner, I believe, I'm pretty certain he is actually the defending Australian Open champion.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's so precise. He's like a bloody AI character. He's unbelievable, like a surgeon. He's unbelievable. Whereas Alcaraz is all flair and,
Can you turn up to tennis matches in fancy dress costume like you would darts and cricket?
You could, but they don't.
Why
don't
do you
know why.
think that is?
They should, shouldn't they?
Is it because if they cheer, they get told to shh?
Maybe, but that also have to do with the fancy dress.
Well, if you're going to be fancy dressed, you're going to be a little rambunctious, shall we say?
You do get the occasional ones like the Aussie
little-
contingent in their yellow shirts. That's really sort of creative, isn't it? At the Australian Open.
Oh, yes. Yes, well, maybe that's all they're allowed to do. I'd never really thought about this. I always went, that's not very inspired.
No.
Maybe that's all they're allowed to do, and if you dress anything different, they don't let you in.
Maybe it is.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we need to speak to Tennis Australia.
Maybe we could start
We need to
something new
find
ourselves.
out the rules around fancy dress for tennis.
Well,
Because
exactly.
that would make it like darts. That would... I'd
Yes.
go to it.
Yeah.
I'd watch a tennis match if we could go as Fred Flintstone.
Well-
We could go as Barney Rubble.
Indeed. Now, let's just get back onto the
Oh,
it's
sorry.
a very serious sport, Martin.
Sorry, which one?
So back onto tennis.
Oh, yes.
The ladies, number one, finished the year. Sabalenka, she finished as number one. Swiatek, Iga Swiatek, number two. Coco Gauff, 3. And Arizmova at number 4. And look, I mean, that's probably about right. Sabalenka is, even though she can lose matches and often does, she is the best.
Yep.
At the moment, and there's no one really. Swiatek sort of can threaten her, but hardly ever beats her. You know, you need someone who's really on their day, who just powers it off the court.
All right.
And Sabalenka has an off day, you know. Otherwise, she's
And
just
when-
on her own.
When do we kick off this tennis stuff in this country? When does all
Well, you
these
have your Brisbane International
all
in
these
January.
people start coming?
Yeah, in January for the Brisbane International, which
Yeah.
is brilliant for us because it's Queensland and that's where we are.
Yes, absolutely. And you'll have all the other little lead-in
Yeah.
ones
All
around
over the country.
Australia.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway,
And
so
when's the Australian Open's late?
it's Feb. Might be
It's in
late
Feb.
Jan now. I
Late
can't
Jan,
remember.
early Feb. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of time to find out what's going
And
on.
they call it the Happy Slam. Not sure why. Why?
The Happy
I
Slam.
know.
Well,
God knows why they call it that.
there's no fancy dress
No,
to start with, so that's not very happy.
that's right.
We,
Well, I
do,
just hope Al
we
knows.
don't have strawberries and cream
No, you don't.
like you do at Wimbledon.
No,
What's happy about...
you've got ruined.
We've got
ruined beer.
What's happy about the Australian Open?
Well, probably won your Test series by then as well. So they're all
Well, I think we've won that
Probably.
before Boxing Day,
more than
mate.
likely. Yes. Anyway, so come on, let's move on.
Okay. We would be remiss at this point of the year not to mention the pinnacle of the AFLW. Just quickly, we don't need to dive in too much because the grand final is this weekend.
Right.
So what we had when we last spoke, the North Melbourne Roos had already gained their second entry to the second straight grand final.
Right.
So they've done very, very well there. And that night we had Lions versus Carlton. Brisbane Lions beat them as expected.
Yeah.
So we've gone back to by far the best two teams in the competition right now, North Melbourne and Brisbane.
Right.
So they will go at Icon Park, which is the old Carlton ground down in Melbourne, for this weekend to see who gets crowned champion. And just very quickly, whilst we're on the AFLW, this week we saw Ash Riddell crowned as the competition's best and fairest.
I heard that earlier today.
Yeah, she was runner-up last year, midfielder from North Melbourne. So again, you put the two together, not a big surprise.
Okay, North Melbourne again.
Yes, Georgie Pasparkas was second from Geelong. Tyler Hanks third from the Melbourne Demons.
Yeah, right.
Pretty close, 23 points to Ash, 20 votes to Georgie, and 18 to Tyler. So pretty close.
Yes.
But we're right at that pointy end. One more game to go.
Yeah.
Now here's a little bonus.
Right.
Let's say Brisbane win it.
Yeah. And then we've...
Well,
Clean
suddenly...
sweep.
Well, first of all, we've got a bit of a clean sweep in Queensland.
Yes.
So, because Queensland's already done the men's AFL Premiership,
Yes.
the NRL Premiership, and the NRLW Premiership.
Yeah.
So if they knock this one off and get 4 from 4,
Yeah.
pretty good for the state. But
Indeed.
specifically for the Brisbane group, that's $1 million payday
Right.
from the AFL to take both premierships in the same year.
How does that benefit us?
Doesn't. Benefits them. It's just a nice little point that the Brisbane girls, you would assume, would make a little bit of a bonus.
Well, good on them. And are they expecting a big crowd for this final? That's all. You've gone very
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Look, Adelaide once played one, had 40,000
That's okay.
early in the season. That's very good.
Yeah.
The average, the AFL are happy if they can average 6,000 to a game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the grand final will probably have more than that.
Yeah.
Exactly how many, I'm not sure down there.
Right.
We'll just have to wait and see. But it should be a good game.
Yeah.
Girls will crack in. They'll give it all they've got.
Sure,
And they will. Somebody's going to come out very, very happy. Either North Melbourne continue their record-breaking unbeaten run,
yes,
or the Lions get a hell of a payday.
Yeah, right.
It's one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough too. Do you have something else on your list of subjects?
Oh, look, I was going to touch very briefly on a quick update for the WBBL.
Go for it.
The BBL itself, the men's, kicks off shortly.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at the WBBL. That's been going for a bit. It's been going for a while now. It's they're a fair way into their competition. So
Right.
they've actually all played 10 games.
Okay.
So that's kind
who's doing what?
Well, that's kind of snuck up.
Right.
But it is T20, so you can play 3 games a week. So it looks like Melbourne Renegades and Brisbane Heat are out. They're 7-3. So they're flying at the top of the table.
Okay. Come on,
Doing their
girls.
thing. Sydney Thunder rolling in a game behind them. Hurricanes from Hobart, one more game behind with 5-5.
Yeah.
Then we got a bunch of teams that aren't going so well. Perth Scorchers, 4 wins. Sydney Sixers and Adelaide Strikers, 3 wins, and the Melbourne Stars, 2.
Right.
So the bottom is a fair way behind the top at the moment. But girls are going.
Yeah, good on
They're
them.
playing well.
Do you know what the pitches are like there?
Suburban grounds. So I reckon the girls actually get the pleasure of playing on pitches and not drop-in pitches, unlike the men.
Just testing it.
Did it work?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't
so
realise
they
I was
play on
humerous.
real pitches.
Yes, yeah.
Now, are they
girls
bowling pitches?
bowling pitches.
Yes. Would they be hitting the crack?
Ah, yes.
Wonderful. Because
Absolutely.
Because, if you don't mind, I just want to go. It is now time for hitting the crack. Hitting the crack is something Martin and I will be bringing up on a weekly basis, and it's to do with absurd sporting events in history, such as, in this case, a famous boxing match between Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe, World Championship fight.
And what happened in
30
this?
years ago.
What happened in this fight, John?
I couldn't believe it. It was about round 9. I was watching this live. And
Hang on, 30 years ago?
32 years ago, maybe. I was in...
Right. Oh, okay. Yes.
And a parachutist landed virtually in the ring. So it's obviously an outdoor event.
Hang on, I've missed something here.
Yes.
What did you say? What round?
I believe it was round 9.
So this was not the pre-bout entertainment.
No. This is the
This
main...
was not post-bout.
No, it's Evander Holyfield world title
This
fight.
is a world title fight.
Yes.
Ongoing.
Yes.
Throwing punches.
Yes.
And dude floats in.
Yeah. And he landed on the top rope with one leg inside the ring and one leg outside the ring. It was absolutely mental.
That is...
That has to be...
That is magnificent.
That was just crazy. He obviously got arrested and all this.
Oh, sorry, so it wasn't an accident.
No, he intended to do it.
Oh, so he planned.
Yes.
Yeah, you British.
No, it wasn't British.
You British
It was
are
in America.
everywhere.
So anyway, that's just one example.
Ruining sport.
This week, best example of hitting the crack.
Ruiners.
Was it a premiership? This was in England.
Okay, so hang on. This is a current one. Okay.
Yeah. Premier League soccer match two days ago.
2 days ago.
When Everton were playing Manchester United, so it's a big match.
Everton, Man United.
Yeah,
okay, so
yeah, big game.
Yeah, big game.
And 2 Everton players got into an altercation with each other about Man United almost scoring a goal. So 2 defenders,
Teammates.
yes,
Got into an altercation
with each other.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can have some rough or stern words with a
one of them,
teammate.
Yep,
that's okay.
One of them by the name of Idrissa Guyver slapped his own teammate in the face, and as a result,
He's playfully,
no,
angry.
angry,
An angry slap.
yes, an angry slapper.
So no tickle.
Nothing like an angry slapper with
Just
no
an
tickle.
angry
That's
slapper.
right, exactly. And he slapped him in the
A
face.
slapper with venom.
As a result, the slapper with venom got himself sent off.
No.
Yes, he got
red carded
red carded
for giving a smack to his own teammate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's deemed as violent conduct. Now, Everton obviously had to play the rest of the match with only 10 men as opposed to 11, but they still won 1-0. I know, it's absolutely bloody mental.
Oh,
I know.
Man
It's
United.
crazy. Yeah, so there you go. So there's this week's hitting the crack.
Hitting the crack.
Hitting the crack.
Hitting the crack, hitting your teammate.
Yeah, I know.
Has there ever been
I don't know.
another
research that for next
teammate
week.
red carded for smacking a teammate?
Maybe the England cricket team will be doing that next week. I don't know.
Well, let me tell you what's going to happen very briefly at the end of the Gabba test, which will be about halfway through the third session on day one.
Yeah, go on.
Like a dodgy 2 a.m. Vindaloo on the walk home, left in tatters.
Oh dear.
Is what you English cricket boys are going to
I
be.
thought you were going to say they're going to have a lot of runs.
Not a hope. Not a hope, mate. Just tatters. Absolute tatters.
Those skid blocks.
Oh,
Might just be making a return.
You're going too low to the ground.
No.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Okie dokie. All right. So we're sort of been crapping on now for 40-something minutes, so we're not too far off the end.
Okay.
We do have a little bit more soccer for you, but only a bit today. Actually, it's 20 years since the fifth Beatle, George Best, conqueror of many in this world, drinker of God knows how much gallons of champagne, the most amazing player for Man United in the Republic of Ireland who ever lived.
Oh, the other George Best.
What do you mean the other? That was Pete Best, you're thinking.
Oh, same thing.
Pete Best was the real fifth Beatle.
Oh, he was
George
too.
Best. They called the fifth, because
Well,
he had a Beatle hairstyle, you see. But he was
Pete George.
He was possibly the most gifted and best dribbler of all time, and he passed away 20 years ago this week. Does Sam Kerr dribble?
Not as well as George Best would be my guess. If he's the quintessential dribbler.
Well, he was. Where does that put Sam? I don't know. She dribbled a bit out when she threw up outside the window. London.
I would say, where does that put Sam? Sam's a Chelsea player.
Yeah.
Does that say enough?
Well, she's also an Australian.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But Chelsea.
But she doesn't dribble.
Even the goodies couldn't handle
Even on a
Chelsea.
good day. So, back to the Premier League. Arsenal are well and truly top of the Premier League. So the bottom of the top. But this week it's been more about the European Championships and Chelsea. Talk about Chelsea.
Chelsea, they
won 3-0 last night.
Oh my goodness.
Against Barcelona. A huge win against the Spanish team.
Wow, how's Chelsea doing that? Did Sam play? Did she
She
help out? She may have. Maybe she was
talking for the men.
dribbling on the sideline,
Well, who knows?
giving some pointers.
Manchester City also continue their indifferent form against Bayern Leverkusen, losing 2-0, and Newcastle United went down by the same score to Marseille. Just out of interest, talk about soccer.
You don't say.
I don't say. Where is Anja Postecoglou these days?
Where's Big Ange?
Big Ange, yes. Where's he gone? Counting his millions.
I feel
from his
like-
payout.
Well, he earned it.
Yeah,
6 games,
yeah, I know.
8 games.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't have sacked him. Not doing any better without him. That's for sure.
That's right.
Where is Ange? I did hear that he was contemplating a return to coaching somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where, but I reckon I heard somewhere that it was in the pipeline.
Okay, I don't know where that is, the pipeline. Is it somewhere in Scotland? Or?
Well, I believe it's all over the world. Could be absolutely anywhere.
Like cheese rolling could be, but it is only performed at Cooper's Hill in Brockworth, Gloucestershire, So we missed.
How did we get to cheese rolling from where were we?
We've only got like 5 minutes left, so we've got to roll. We've got to go through the pipeline.
And we've rolled the pipeline.
Yes.
Through to cheese.
I thought this was quite a smooth transition. Anyway, so a few people mentioned last week that we didn't give enough detail on the sport of cheese rolling.
Right. Well, what detail?
Well, first of all, it dates back to the 1500s.
That's old cheese.
Absolutely. God, it would be too. And the cheese is 7 to 9 pounds of double Gloucester, which is rolled down this enormously steep 26 degrees.
It's about
hill.
3.5 to 4 kilos for people that operate in the metric
Fair
hill.
enough too.
Which most of us do.
It's 200 yards of silly steep hill. And I don't know if any of you ever
so not steep.
Actually,
silly steep.
Silly steep. Just pull it
Shall
down
we?
so we can do it live, Martin, because not live, but do a video of it. Because I want to see your reaction.
We'll need to share this along with our darts videos.
I was only watching a video on this the other day, and people from all over the world competed in this event. And I mean it. They're absolutely mental. I've never...
So it's an international?
Yes, it is now.
Right, here we go. Here we go. Cheese rolling.
Yeah. Look at this. They're not trying to roll.
That's not cheese
rolling. The cheese is rolled in front of them, and they can't even stand up. It's going that quick.
For those that have not watched this before, this is like the running of the bulls.
Yeah, but better.
But down a grassy steep hill,
yes,
chasing a disc of cheese. I guess the advantage is the cheese won't spear you in the bum.
Exactly right. And there's commentary and everything. It's quite incredible.
That is extraordinary. We will pop that onto the Sports Biz Facebook page
absolutely.
For you guys to watch.
Completely messy.
Let us know what your thoughts are on such a sport.
Well,
could we bring it?
Bring it to Australia?
Could we bring it? Here's my question. And this question goes back to the Olympics. If you've got people charging down this stupid steep hill,
yes,
chasing a lump of cheese,
yes,
would they call out to the person in front, put a gap in them?
They could put a gap in
them. They could.
Right, exactly.
A masterful piece of music.
If you cut out the piece of cheese, would it be cut a segment from it?
It'd be a wedge.
A wedge. Put a wedge out. Pull a wedge out. Pull a wedgie.
I think we've gone too cheese. We've gone a little too cheesy.
So anyway, we're just before we complete our second podcast, we've got a couple of roundups from last week. The Wallabies broke a world record. They, as I predicted.
Oh my God, we did, didn't we? We missed this.
Yeah.
How did we forget the Wallaby new record? And as a staunch, and I mean staunch, unblemished record of supporting the Wallabies.
Yeah.
I've stopped. I don't think there's a choice.
Well, for those of you who missed last week's podcast, the record is that it's the European tour, and they were on the verge of losing every match with one match to go against France.
Oh, Wallabies.
And they lost.
Oh, Wallabies. Oh, dear.
But apparently I heard today that Rugby Australia is saying that they're in a really good place.
Oh, we got a moral victory, did we?
You got a moral.
We took the moral high ground over the French.
Got a moral. And just a round from last week as well, just so I can't laugh anymore, but I have to be honest, Leeds United lost again. I can't believe they went 1-0 up. I was watching it, and then bang, 2-1 to Aston Villa. We're now in the bottom three, and their manager, Daniel Farke, that's actually his name, is in deep poo. I'm not sure how long he'll last. Liverpool are also in the bottom half, which is absolutely incredible.
Liverpool's in the bottom half?
Yeah, they're 11th. So out of 20 teams, they're in the bottom half.
Well, that's just hilarious.
Well, it's sort of bizarre, really, because they were just unbelievable, you know. So, and then the rest is sort of just weird. Sunderland, who went up last season, are just incredible. I can't believe how well they're doing. It's crazy. They went up like last lucky losers
Yeah,
in a way,
well.
and now they're like top 6.
Lucky losers, that's your wild card final.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I know.
AFL will be loving that for 2026.
Yes.
So big news as we wind up.
Yeah.
Big news leading in. We'll drop our next episode Wednesday next week.
Right.
So that'll be the day before the second test.
Oh, wonderful.
At the Gabba.
Well, won't
So
that be an occasion, the eve of?
We'll be able to discuss how John is going to spend his 4th day time on Bribey Island.
Well, look.
So anybody that's got any feedback on the socials for what John can do on Bribey Island instead of attending the 4th day of the test,
I see my mate Greg.
since it won't be there,
You never know.
let him know.
Look. I would laugh my what's it off if England won this one. I really would.
Not a hope.
Look, there is a hope.
Well, someone's going to, because there's no way this game's going for five
And I agree.
days. We know that.
I agree. Look, if we can change the way we play and not be dumb, which I don't think they will, between you and I and everybody else listening, we have a chance because the players are good enough. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a weird, strange mentality.
If Australia lose the pink ball test at the Gabba
What are you going to do?
to England,
Run around Rabina naked?
I will do the next podcast
Oh,
in a G-string.
before... Oh, wonderful. No, that's not wonderful. I have to mention one of my...
Nice response.
One of my very,
By the way,
very-
no video for that one.
My very good friend Mark Krug, who I used to play cricket with 30 years ago when he was a 17-year-old, used to catch my bowling on the boundary because he had hands like buckets. Him and I have been at it now for the last few years, including the Tour of England, which ended up being 2-2, and the Johnny Bairstow episodes and everything else. He's been doing nothing but laughing at me, haven't you, Cruggy? Non-stop. And you still are, and you have every right to. But let's hope that it changes, for my sake, and the English supporters, and the wonderful Barmy Army. And
So you're wanting to do a podcast with me in a G-string then? That's
No,
what you're saying?
I'm not going to wear a G-string.
No, but I will be, and you want me to.
No, I don't.
Well, you said that it's going to be great for you if England win.
You can do what you like with your G-string.
There's no chance you're going to win.
Anyway,
Not a hope, John.
and it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night.